Vasilije Micic. I had a subscriber tell me that's how you correctly pronounce it. Vasilije Micic and Shane Larkin might not be coming to America. Arguably the top two of they are two of the top three best players in Europe, and they both play for, Efes, a club in Turkey, in Istanbul to be exact. But basically, what they said was, like Messi's transfer to France, Cristiano Ronaldo's transfers to different teams, they are doing everything they can to prevent this from happening. Their relations between the clubs and Larkin and Micic seems like they're very good, and ultimately the decision will have to be made by the player himself. And as for, specifically Larkin, it seems like he's going to stay no matter what, because he's at the peak of his career. He's won back-to-back championships, and he's beloved there. He's making really good money, and he would be a role player in America while he's a superstar in Turkey. Or Turkey. But Vasilije Micic situation is interesting because his contract has an NBA exit clause until July 20th. So he has to make a decision until July 20th. Micic can't play for any other club in Europe for the next 3 years. He signed a contract last year with the team that had that language written into the contract. And so he might consider going to the NBA if he gets a big enough offer that gives him an opportunity to actually play significant minutes and have a significant role. While time will tell what will happen. Frankly, it is presumed that Micic will continue to play with Efes because they believe he will be there next season. And there's not much they can do about it, but they believe that he has a very good contract. And unless there's a big offer that guarantees significant playing time from the NBA, they believe that they will continue to have both players, Shane Larkin and Micic. And it really is because if you look, there was this guy named Ergen Ataman who was a guest on the Turkish television, and among the other things he talked about was whether Shane Larkin and Vasilije Micic will continue with the team, and potentially adding, obviously, Will Clybourne, who's considered one of the better players in EuroLeague. But they've said that, Shane Larkin is incredibly happy there. He's reached the peak of his career in Efes and has become one of the 2 to 3 best players in Europe, and sometimes arguably one of the best players. He broke the record in Europe. He won 2 championships in a row, and he says that Micic and Larkin love the family atmosphere in Efes, and that has an effect on them. And after all, he's a professional. But, of course, there are serious offers from Larkin and Micic, and they believe that, there's free agencies, and they hope that everything works out in a positive way. But there could be some flash transfers, as we earlier mentioned, the comparison to Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. That Micic, I believe, and he has said this is a guy who's literally been back-to-back Euro MVPs, back-to-back champion, and he's a guy who averaged almost 20 points a game, shooting like 40% from three, almost 50% from the field. Very good player, guy who averaged 6-7 assists a game, almost same thing in rebounds, 6 or 7 rebounds. A guy who looks like he could be a really good combo guard in the NBA, potential wing. He's not going anywhere unless he gets an offer to be a quality player. Why? Because again, Shane Larkin and Micic, they're not going to go anywhere unless they get equal money and decent to a starting role. Micic, I think he would start on plenty of teams in the NBA. He could definitely get a place. Personally, I would love to see him go to Minnesota. There are questions about his defense. I think his defense will be fine. I would also love him to go to either Denver or, obviously, the Mavericks. Any team with, former Yugoslavians. This is a Yugoslavian, okay? And when I say former Yugoslavians, there's a bunch of NBA players who are born either while, still the Republic of Yugoslavia, but as well as, the now former Yugoslavic states, which my grandfather is from Yugoslavia. He was born in Skopje, Macedonia, and then raised in Belgrade, Serbia. So, obviously, born in 1918, but This is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy. I got an NBA show that I do on the daily. You guys should check that out. It's good. I enjoy it. And I think it's cool. Link is in the description. Do it with Will Upton, another NBA YouTuber. He's actually a little bit larger than me. He's at 13,000 subscribers. Makes great NBA content. You should go check it out. He's a funny guy. His name's actually Jackson, but his YouTube channel is called Will Upton. It's a funny story, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Vasilije Micic and Shane Larkin seem like they're going to stay in Turkey after I reported that they potentially come to the NBA. But now they're going to stay in Europe. I want as many EuroLeague players to come over to America to continue to show that EuroLeague players are just as good.